Hi, so this is just a quick video to kind of go over things that I saw that maybe would be helpful for with Google Classroom. So within your classroom, and it looks like you have a lot of this down already, but if you want to create an assignment for the kids, and then it looks like you had a lot of like docs created already that you want them to have, but to each of them have their own copies. And I think you probably figured this out the other day, but just in case you didn't have it down, you're going to add from Google Drive if you already have it there, or you can create new if you just want to create the doc as you're creating the assessment. And then, this is my recent, but you can go to my drive and find it if it's in like a certain folder if you haven't made it recently. I'm just going to use this one as an example. Um, and then this option here is what's super important. So can view means they can only look at it. Can edit means they're all going to be in there editing at the same time, which I think is what happened with that one assignment that they had maybe on Monday. And then make a copy for each student is almost always what I have for the kids. And then that just gives them each a copy, and then they turn those in. They're all separate. It's almost as if they were turning in paper copies. It functions the same way, basically. And then over here, you obviously only have one period you'd be assigning that to, but you can put in points. It doesn't really matter because like it's not going to flow to your grade book. And due dates, I never put in topics. And then you can assign it. Now, this isn't pink yet because I haven't put in a title or instructions, but if it was, then I could assign. Something helpful too if you're trying to work ahead, I always love to work ahead, is you can like schedule stuff so that it will just automatically pop up when you want it. So if you find the time to be able to work ahead and you get stuff done for, Thursday or Friday, you can just schedule to have these things pop up. So here, I'll do that. I'll just make them an assignment here. Assignment. I'm not going to put in instructions. You don't have to anyway. So then now this is all pink. So I can go to schedule, and then I can just pick a day of the week and pick a time that I want it to pop up, and then it just pops up, which is awesome. So that's kind of nice, and then you don't have to remember to go in every day and put it in a certain time. You can also just save it as a draft for later, or you can just go ahead and assign, but then it will pop up to their feeds right away. So that's one thing that I noticed with assignments that maybe you were looking for instruction with. And then when it comes to Google Forms, I'm guessing you probably went into it like this. You could also just make a Google form, like in your drive, go to new and then more. And then Google Forms, sure, I'll make it in this shared folder. Just get rid of it later. So this is what it looks like if you pop it up here versus if you do it here. Here you just have to click on that blank quiz and then it basically looks the same. But the trick with, I think you probably had short answer questions, is that it's so super specific if you have it graded for what it's going to accept as a correct answer. And you saw that. So like, what is the area for number 1? And the answer was 24. So you can add multiple correct answers, and that can help a little bit with kind of foreseeing like what kids might type in. So, okay, maybe they'll type 24, or maybe they'll have 24 square units. But like what's hard is you can't predict that how many different ways they might spell square wrong, or, like they put square and not units, or units and not square, things like that. And do you want to accept that as correct? I think Gavin even today went on the redo, like he had 24 square units originally, and then I think when he went back to fix it, he just did this and didn't erase the space, and so then Google still marked it wrong. So that's frustrating. So it kind of depends for you, like what's easier. Is it easier for you to just have to kind of not trust? I mean, you can enter in a bunch of different answer choices, like we said, but you're still probably going to have some kids that somehow essentially have the correct answer, but have done something that Google doesn't recognize it as a correct answer. So you're still probably going to have to go through and like double check all their work to make sure answers are correct. Google's great at grading it when it's multiple choice. So if I add another question here and I make that multiple choice, I know that's going to grade that correctly. But short answer, paragraph, that's real tough to do. I think you saw like just having them not answer with units really helps a lot. But otherwise, it might be harder to have Google Forms grade stuff for you, but I'm happy to kind of help you with anything you need with Google Forms. I'm trying to think what else I saw popped up for you guys. I better get rid of this stuff so these kids don't think I'm actually assigning these things. I don't know. Let me know, like I said, like specifically what you need help with. And I'm happy to do that with anything Google related. I have to teach an entire Google Complet class every year to sixth grade, so I've had to get to know this pretty well. But I hope that helped.